thing. I don't know if she is on here yet, but I'm going to give a little introduction. If we're going to be adding the founder of the account, What's Your Grief?
The song, the whole, like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, I'm so glad that I got to hear this, because it, my background, I lost my dad when I was 18, but my best friend lost his mom when we were 7. And so it's just been like hearing kind of both sides of this. Like 7 is very different than 12, but that feeling of helplessness and not knowing what to do, like it just really resonates. And the song is just incredible.
It is. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, we can honestly talk about everything. I was going to say that we're going to discuss about, how to help someone, grieve, and also friend help the other. Because I was in that situation. I did not know what to do. I don't think anyone knows what to do in that situation.
It gets harder with time. And I think that's such going to be the friend who shows up no matter what.
Exactly, because like really it's like it does, obviously with time things do start to get better as you grow, like obviously too, like your emotions and your feelings change and everything, but like yes, there are certain like times where it's like I feel like I'm doing so good, but then like little reminders will come up and then it's like, oh, like you're back in that little state, but then the next day I'll be totally good again. So it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, and I think it's knowing that that's normal. Sometimes like we're doing great and then something comes up and it just hits you like day one. And so that's a normal part of grief. It doesn't mean you're not grieving right, which is I think like a big misconception people have.
Definitely. I believe that like it's a whole nother level of truth. Yes.
Yeah. And I think so much like I just appreciate, Dylan, like so much what you said. Like it's that well-intentioned place trying to be a good friend. You're like looking for the thing. You're like looking for what to do.
Yeah.
And nobody tells us what to do or like how to get through it. And like just being able to be the person that somebody calls, like it's huge. How much you mean in their life, that you're the person that they're calling in that moment. And then it's just such a hard feeling to feel helpless.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like,
knowing. Yeah.
Dylan being so young also, like you're the same age, like how was it? Because I don't think I've ever really asked, like you were also so young, like getting this news and you now having to be that like like that outlet for me, that best friend that's always there, like that couldn't have been easy on you either. Like looking back, it's like
I think over time, as I grew up, I knew like the needs and the don'ts, like the do's and the don'ts. In the moment, I was young. I didn't experience a lot of that stuff growing up. And also like another thing is like when you did call me, my mind I start to like panic.
Yeah.
Like I was panicking because that's not going to be the first thing you want to hear.
Yeah.
That moment. And so I like, slowly started to, get back in. Like as I've gotten older, like we have both grown at, like we learned a lot of things in that moment. How to react and how with it and how.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think anyone should ever go through any of that. But life is
fun.
A freaking roller coaster, and you never know if tomorrow another live or anything. So that was also another thing. Like since then that's always been in my head. I was just like, tomorrow is never promised.
No.
Never is. So as I grown up, like, and I've had friends and I've had relationships and stuff, I have always ended good terms because I know tomorrow is never promised.
Yeah.
And to happen, and that sucks. And it was hard, but I think over time I had to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That like that's often when people really need, you know, when people really need it in an ongoing way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Being a friend in this situation, you know, I tried my best not to overstep. You know, because in that moment, losing someone who is so important in your life, it's not even, you know,
If they need anything, them, it really it makes the biggest difference.
Definitely.
yeah. This is a question. This is another one. Is it normal for your life to start changing after you lose a loved one? I think so. Yeah.
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 Practically.
It's just like it's a life altering situation, you know, like no matter what, it's gonna change. It's like it's crazy because like it's hard like, explaining it to someone who's never actually like, been through it, you know, but it's like your life the next day, no matter what, it's
checking in and knowing that like that's all,
you know, and still there for you. And she lost her mom when she was around, I think I was 1 when it happened, so I don't really remember. But you know, like my mom still like there are still some things that just trigger it, and the only thing you can do is hold her and like for her, because you know I mean it's long. It's been 17 years now, and it's still
thought for a little while. And it really it takes a little while to realize like no amazing when you can bring somebody in person through your memory.
Video for on YouTube over there, donate, it really means a lot. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the song, and I'm glad that it has impacted your life in a good way. But thank you guys for coming on and talking.
Thank you so much. It was so good to meet you, and I'm so happy that you were able to come on and really help like talk about it.
I know. I am so glad that you both invited me. I was just thinking as I was listening before you started, we have a very long grief playlist on Spotify.